Let me tell you something. Everybody goes through their own turmoil, but if you have a current person in your life and you are bringing up old baggage, you're messing up.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up.
All right, look. I'm gonna say this first and foremost. I am all for the women's movement. I'm all for feminism and all of that up until a certain point. Okay? My question I want to pose to you is, why shouldn't women be housewives? Why can't women be housewives? If we're talking about you actually having a good man that wouldn't cheat, wouldn't do anything deceitful, then would housewives, or would a woman being a housewife be such a bad thing? And why is being a housewife such a bad thing? Because from my understanding, back in the day when that was the main thing that was going on, you know, men went to work, women stayed at home, took care of the house, took care of the kids. The thing that ruined that was the infidelities of man. I understand that. And yes, that's a viable reason why women felt the need to go out and make things happen for themselves, and ultimately led up to the time we're in now in 2019, where women are actually in the forefront, running things and demanding everything be equal and 50-50. And I agree with that as well. But what I don't agree with is this energy of, oh, we want everything equal, we want everything 50-50, but men still need to be leaders. Men still need to do this. Men still need to do that. Let me tell you something. Neither men nor anybody else, doesn't matter gender, race, sexual orientation, it don't matter. Nobody needs to do nothing besides we should treat people humanely, treat them like human beings, and treat them with respect. Men should be gentlemen, yes. Women should act like queens, yes. But does everybody follow these guidelines? No. So for women, men should not do anything besides treat you with respect and be gentlemen. Should do that. Do they all do that? No. I am very well aware that most of you will reply to this video with, oh, well, my experience was this, I know what the general consensus is. We all know. Men know too. Okay? The point of all of this is that there is a cycle that we're in, and it has not been broken for the last, maybe since the 50s and 60s. Okay? And the cycle is black man meets black woman, black man or black woman rants about their experiences with black men or black women, and then it never goes anything farther than that. It just becomes rants. And then we just point the finger at each other and ruin potential relationships behind past experiences that have nothing to do with your current situation. Let me tell you something. Everybody goes through their own turmoil, but if you have a current person in your life and you are bringing up old baggage, you're messing up. If you have a current person in your life and you still have emotions that hurt you or make you bitter or cause some type of anger, and those things cause some type of snowball or ripple effect into your current personality, and now it is harming your current situation, you are messing up. If you cannot see beyond your own selfish, biased opinion, you're messing up. Just because somebody does not agree with you, just because somebody will not just go with your opinion, does not mean you cannot have a healthy relationship with that person. We have to learn that just because we are incorrect does not make us bad people. Just because you were wrong in something, just because somebody may have said something and you were wrong in that specific topic, that does not mean that that person now thinks you're a bad person. We have to stop with these assumptions and false perception. Look, man, don't you realize that this is what the real enemy wants? And if I have to be blatant and say the real enemy is any government or organization or white people that are racist or prejudiced that intend to cause harm to African Americans, this is what they want. To continue the disconnect and the division in the black community. Why are we still doing it? We are still arguing about nothing. Once again, I said it in my last video. Oh, well, men do this. Oh, no, women do this. Oh, but, men started it. Oh, but women started this. Where does it go? Where? You should know as well as I do. It never ends well. It never goes anywhere. So you know what we do? You know what we need to do? You know what? I agree. Or I respect your opinion. Or I agree to disagree. Let's move on. Why is that so hard for us to do? I'm going to say it like I said it in my last video. The pride and ego issue that is in our community has caused the death of the communication in the black community. It's one of the main deaths of it. But for some reason, we can't see beyond our own selfish opinions and just agree to disagree and respect each other's opinions. So where do we go now? Because on the route that we headed, we gonna make our whole community extinct all on our own. We so worried about, oh, well, white people, police officers keep killing us, and the white people keep doing this, and the white people keep doing that. Bruh, we are killing ourselves. Yes, white people are doing, look, who gives a goddamn what a white person is doing? If you stopped financially supporting all them white folks, if you stop shopping in their stores, wearing their clothes, doing anything that involves them, start buying black, support your own black brothers and sisters, and guess what? We would have more power than you even know we would. Oh, but we don't do that because it's not the most convenient thing we can do. It's not the easiest thing to do, so we won't do that. But we'll get online and start ranting and raving about, oh, well, the black community this, white people that, this, that, and the third. You woke online, but you won't even make the necessary steps to actually put some money in your community, some effort in your community, some love in your community, so that way we can move forward. The current time in all this miscommunication, false perception, assumptions, egos, pride, all this bitterness, it needs to stop on both sides. So I'm gonna ask you again from what the first video relates. I mean, the first, you got me losing my goddamn train of thought. The Title of the video: what is wrong with women being housewives? Because if you had a good man, you wouldn't be so worried about being a housewife, unless the career that you have is something that you're deciding you want to do for the rest of your life. If you're a doctor or a lawyer or a veterinarian or a nurse or a dentist, you know, a real career, and you want to do that for the rest of your life, you want to make you know, something with long hours or something like that, that's what you want to do, then that's fine. But for the women that actually only work part-time jobs, and maybe they live in paycheck to paycheck, maybe they don't know what they want to do in life, maybe they just unsure, but they ain't got no choice. You know why? Because they ain't got no man to sit up here and say, oh baby, don't worry about it, I got you. Just do what you enjoy to do. Whether if that's sewing up, whether if that's doing hair, whether if that's painting, writing poetry, photography, videography, whatever it is. There is nothing wrong with being a housewife, and you women know that. You wouldn't have a problem with being a housewife if you had a good man that respected you and treated you like the queen that you are. But because of these negative perceptions that have been built over a period of time, and some men that did a lot of bad in the past, now we don't want to entertain the thought of being a housewife. Now all of a sudden being a submissive woman or following your man or allowing your man to be the leader is a bad thing. Why? No, see, you just got a pride and ego issue. No, see, you just hurt from whatever the last dude did to you. No, see, you just too busy listening to other people and their experiences. Let me soften up, because I know my queens is listening. Look, I love you. And I'm only doing all this so you understand and you can feel my passion, okay? It's nothing wrong with a submissive woman, a woman that can follow her man's lead, a woman that will be a housewife, because guess what? A woman's role as a housewife is far more important than what that man is doing out there, even when he's making money. Because we can't do what y'all do at home. As a housewife, we can't do that. You are a life bringer, a supporter, the nurturer. You are the greatest at all of that. And we can't do that. But you so busy trying to be a man that you done lost that talent. You're greater than stooping to our level. As a woman, you are art. You are the beauty is an understatement of what you are. And I'm only speaking to the good women that will have an open enough mind to actually listen. To all of you that are gonna watch this and just make up your own stuff in your own head or assume things that I'm trying to say, get out of here. Anyway, to the women that's willing to listen, understand there was nothing wrong. If the popular consensus is that submissive women are bad, that housewives are bad, don't you know that you should stray away from what's popular? Why are we following what's popular? What's popular never gets us anywhere. My sister, you deserve everything great, including a great man. And if only you can open your mind and open your heart and see, then I will promise you that that will work out a lot better for you in finding what you are looking for than sitting up here making assumptions, having a pride and ego issue, maybe even an anger issue, maybe even you're bitter, maybe even you're hurt from what past 2-3 dudes did. You have to get over all of that and start to move forward so the next guy can give you what it is that you deserve. Now I'm gonna talk to you brothers. We have to rise to the occasion, man. We only have two jobs here: provide and protect. That is it. A man is here to provide and protect. If you cannot do that, you might as well go on and off yourself. That's just what it is, pimp. We all know there are universal laws in this thing. It's not hard to understand. A man is just a servant of his family, meaning we provide, protect, we teach our kids the best way we can, and we don't do that alone. Of course, we do that 50-50 with women. We all know a man's presence in his family is very important. He provides a certain energy. He provides a certain security in that family. A woman's role, she is everything that involves life, everything that involves nature, everything that involves nurturing. You are everything that I can't be, queen. Don't you understand that? God made me realizing that I was made flawed. And you know what he did? He created you to compensate. You are greater than me. So why in these times are women stupid? I mean, I ain't gonna get into that. Kings, just understand that we have to rise to the occasion. I'm seeing videos all over the internet of our queens getting harassed in the streets by white men and white people, by cops, getting held at gunpoint. It breaks my heart, man. Because as a man, if you witness that, if you a black man and you witness something like that, you see one of your sisters or another queen sitting up here getting harassed by somebody of another color, or even somebody of our color, it does not matter, but you stand for that woman. I'm gonna ask again, what is wrong with a woman being a housewife? There is nothing wrong with it. The problem is that we are too far hurt from past things that have nothing to do with the current. If you ask anybody, male or female, in the black community, what is the problem with black men and black women? What is the disconnect? As a black man, we all think y'all hate us. And in some cases, we understand why y'all upset. We understand that black women are upset because we have not gave y'all, as black men, we have not gave y'all the treatment that y'all deserve to get. We haven't. But don't you see that in this current time, there is a resurgence of black men that are trying? Yes, it's a small group of us, but we're trying. And guess what? We're being met with a bunch of women that don't have no appreciation for us. None. And don't hit me with the, oh, well, if y'all would have never messed up. Bruh, like, ain't nobody perfect, man. Ain't nobody perfect. We have to get rid of this. Stop the finger pointing. We have to get rid of it. Either we gonna get rid of it, or guess what? Pretty soon ain't gonna be no more black love. Ain't gonna be no more black couples or black families. It's gonna be, everything's gonna be interracial. If we can't move past this. So if you're gonna ask my opinion, I think a woman should want to be a housewife. You know why? Because as a man, you ain't built how I'm built. You can do everything I can do, but the question is, should you have to? Should you have to? If men would have never been deceitful and cheating and abusive, would women have to control the world like they do now? And the answer is no. If men would have stayed on the job or did the job better, whatever way you want to look at it, then we would not have the problem that we have now. Yes. But two wrongs don't make a right. Just because, yes, men messed up before does not give you the right to now torture us now. It was okay a few years ago. We realized y'all was mad. Okay, y'all upset with us. Now it's just getting to the point where a black man can't even talk to a black woman. We can't even approach y'all because now we met with either being called thirsty, we get rejected even when we're being gentlemen. What is it? So either are we going with everything being completely 50-50 and equal? Because if that's the case, then everything needs to be 50-50 and equal, not just not just when it's convenient for certain things to be. Women will say they want everything equal and 50-50, but yet you still want men to be leaders. You still want men to lead the family, do all this other stuff. But yet while you're saying that, you're taking control. At some point, you have to submit. So yes, kings do need to rise to the occasion. But you queens need to learn how to let us. Because anytime in my personal experience that I've even tried to rise to the occasion, I'm met with a bitter woman that's mad about some things that some dude did to her way before. Heartbroken. Got way too much baggage emotionally and mentally. Gold diggers. Or you got the new age feminist women that think I just don't need a man. I can do everything on my own. That's the way they want you to think. And if you are ignorant enough to go with this same dumb way of thinking, then you deserve to be alone. Because none of us should be by ourselves. None of us can do it by ourselves. History has shown that. How many black families have been torn apart? How many single black mothers have raised kids on their own and been struggling check to check? Damn near about to lose their apartment. Damn near about to lose their house. All for you to sit up here talking about, oh, I could do it all by myself. I don't need no man. For what? When you know Larry down the street, the one you see every day when you taking the city bus, or the one you see every day when you stop at Starbucks, he wanted to approach you, but you always on that bad energy. I could do everything by myself. I don't need no man. So he just let it go. So now you done missed out on him. And he was gonna give you the world, but your energy was off. So to recap, men shouldn't do nothing but treat you with respect and be a gentleman. Women shouldn't do nothing besides whatever the hell they want to do. And there's nothing wrong with being a housewife or being submissive. There's also nothing wrong with a 50-50 household where a woman works, a man works. But understand that when y'all have kids, that you're taking a lot of time away from them kids when you're doing that. There's a reason why the man working and the woman staying home worked so well back in the day. There's a reason why. There's also a correlation in the dysfunction of today's black families now that we got all this 50-50 household stuff. See, the kids got anger problems now. And I'm not saying they didn't have any back then, but it's a lot more now. Kids feel deprived of time. And that affects the way they grow up. So before you go saying, oh, I could do bad all by myself, I don't need no man, think of your future kids and how you would want them, how you want their future to be. Because you trying to do everything on your own is only taking more away from them. And if you're a real person, you should be able to see the bigger picture and know that their future matters way more than yours. Keep the faith, stay strong, I'm gone.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up.